Last night, Madison Bumgarner did his best Babe Ruth impression. Bumgarner went deep for the first time in his career, and for good measure, he struck out 12 Astros. Tonight, another Giants ace takes the hill. Matt Cain is on a roll with 6 wins and 6 starts, and tonight he looks for number 7. Giants Astros next. We've got a nice night for baseball here at AT&T Park as we get ready for Game 2 of this 3-game series, Astros and Giants. Hi again, everybody. I'm Dwayne Kuiper. Alongside me is John Miller. Mike Krukow will be back with us in Seattle on Friday night. And, John, one thing that is nice to see, it looks like for Bruce Bochy, he's got the lineup that he thought he had coming out of spring training. Yeah, more or less if you discount Freddie Sanchez, who's just never been healthy enough to play this year, and Ryan Theriot is the guy they brought in as depth to replace Freddie if needs be. This is the lineup, and one way or the other, somebody's always been hurt, but they're all in there. Pablo is actually hitting 6th going against a left-hander. He hadn't had that many reps batting right-handed since coming back from the injury. He had the surgery on his left hand, so that could be a problem, but he's been hitting and doing just fine batting right-handed. So the depth is in the lineup, the best depth they've had in the lineup for a long time. Arias is playing and hitting 8th instead of Crawford. All right, when we come back, Amy G. She's going to take a look at some long hitters off the tee. That happened before the game. She'll take a look at that right after this. Take a look at the Astros lineup. It'll go like this. It'll be Jordan Schaefer in the leadoff spot, followed by Jose Altuve. Then it's Jed Lowry. Take a look at the home runs, most in the National League for a shortstop. Martinez, Wallace, and this Chris Johnson will hit 6th. Bogusevic is in the 7th slot. Then it's Snyder and J.A. Happ. For the Giants, Matt Cain. He will be making his 13th start. Cain overall on the season, very fine year, 7-2 with a 2.41 ERA. You see, right-handers just not doing a whole lot against Matt Cain. Is they're hitting only 176. He is 1-3 lifetime with a 4.69 ERA against this franchise. Defensively behind Matt Cain, it'll be Cabrera, Pagan, and Blanco in the outfield from left to right. Sandoval, Arias, Theriot, and Belt from 3rd to 1st, and the battery of Posey and Cain. Giants won the ball game last night by a final of 6-3 as we get ready for Game 2 of the series. Here's John Miller.
All right, thanks, Kipe. And Jordan Schaefer hitting 246, 14 steals, tied for 7th in the league, 2 homers. Pablo Sandoval, in deference to that speed, plays him shallow at 3rd. And the first pitch of the night is in for a called strike. 59 degrees is the official game time temperature. And he blew the high fastball right by him. Strike 2. The wind is blowing out toward left field as the game begins. No clouds overhead, not yet anyway. And there is sun still shining out in the gap in right center field. Off the outside and up a little bit with that fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It is kind of a shock when you, as you see the look of the sun and the shadows, the sun shining off the hitter's backdrop into the eyes of the hitters as Cain strikes out Schaefer with the high fastball on the inside.
Well, if you take a look at the rotation, the 3 starters, Cain in his last 6 starts, Vogelsong in his last 7, and Bumgarner in his last 3. I'd say that's not too bad.
Cain in his longest winning streak, 7-2 overall for the year with 6 straight wins. Here is Altuve, and a foul that will go back into the second deck. Off to the right, strike 1. Altuve, who is having an outstanding first half, 325 average. Melky Cabrera of the Giants leads the majors in hits. Altuve is 3rd in hits in the National League. Ooh, the big curveball, and he chased it. Strike two.
Yeah, he doesn't throw that pitch a lot, and he will save it for certain spots, and he saved it here for Altuve. And this is a pest, Altuve.
0-2. He struck him out with the fastball. Cain has struck out the first two.
Well, Matt Cain this time the slow curveball, and then he just uses the power fastball right at the belt to Altuve. And yeah, it's a little tough to see right now, but Cain throwing well.
Last night, Madison Bumgarner started his game striking out the side. Here's Jed Lowry, and he takes a called strike. Cain has thrown 8 pitches, 7 for strikes. 284 average, 12 home runs. He has hit more homers than any other shortstop in the majors up till now. The former Stanford star. Changeup. Whoa, where was that one? Looked pretty good. Ted Barrett back of the plate, the crew chief. Mike Malinsky at first, Angel Campos at second, and Brian Runge, the third base umpire. Ted Barrett now a crew chief back of the plate. Changeup and a foul down off the foot. He's got that shin guard, the half shin guard over the right shin and ankle. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Matt Cain, 86 innings before tonight, only 65 hits allowed, 82 strikeouts, and only 16 walks. The high fastball popped up. Saw the ball in foul ground. Nice inning for Cain. 11 pitches and out. The Giants are coming up.
Posey, the cleanup hitter, then Pagan, followed by Sandoval, Belt. Arias gets a start, and Matt Cain on the hill. There's the lefty, J.A. Happ. Remember, he came over from the Philadelphia Phillies. 4-6 with a 4.54 ERA in his career lifetime against the Giants in 2 starts. He is 0-2. He's allowed 12 hits in 12 innings and 5 earned runs, 5 walks and 9 strikeouts. Defensively, behind Happ, it'll be Martinez, Schaefer, and Bogasevic, followed by Johnson, Lowry, Altuve, and Wallace from third to first, and Snyder catching Happ. John?
So Happ, the former Philly, acquired by the Astros in the Roy Oswalt trade, and that looked like a strike, and it was booted by the catcher Snyder, and he didn't get the call.
I believe I said J.A. It's pronounced J. Happ. Is that correct?
Yeah, and it's a weird thing too, because the first name, the initials don't stand for anything. It's not James Andrew Happ. His first name is literally J.A. and he pronounces it J. That ball is back and out of play. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Happ, and he was a guy who pitched really well for the Phillies when they really had their big year and went to the World Series, and then he got traded to the Astros, and he has never been close to being that same pitcher again. A ball and 2 strikes to, or rather 2 balls, 2 strikes to Gregor Blanco, hitting 276.
What? John, come on. Is that for real or is that fake?
Dun, 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 dun.
Blanco pops this one up.
And the shortstop Lowry makes the catch.
Seriously, look at this. I mean, John, are you serious?
A late arrival, trying to figure out how to beat that traffic out there.
The guys in the truck say Kruk is trying to get into the game.
Well, we were told he's on assignment.
Well, I wonder how high he can actually go.
This is not something we were guessing, though, in terms of his assignment.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, I want to do that.
I do, too.
Terrio takes ball 1. Blanco retired. Now, that looks so cool, doesn't it?
It absolutely does.
Aren't many places you could go, though, John. I mean, it's not like you can go down the street.
Well, you could beat the traffic on the Bay Bridge. And a little bit low to Terrio. 2 balls and a strike. 1 out, nobody on, no score here in the first inning.
It is kind of the beauty of this park. You just never know what you're going to see.
We never, some things you never would even dream of seeing.
Oh, my goodness. I mean, there are a few times when I'd rather see what's going on outside the park than inside the park. He's starting to get a little lift. This looks like it's like James Bond like.
He wants to get a free look at the game, maybe. That's a base hit to left field. First hit of the night. Terrio is aboard. So he get closer and then he can get up above the Willie Mays wall out there.
If he gets high enough to watch the game, I'm going to be really impressed.
He's getting up there.
Not quite though.
Come on. Almost there.
It's cracking me up, I got to tell you. I think he's running out of gas.
Melky Cabrera. That one is hit well. Left center field. Way back there. And adios, pelota. Melky Cabrera. 2-run shot. 2-0 Giants. Melky hit a couple of blue singles last night. Nice to have him back. This is a little bit different.
This is way different. Not an easy park to hit home runs in, as we all know. But he hit that one right on the button.
Now Posey. And a high pop-up. Altuve backpedaling. And he was staggering, but he got it. 2 down.
Well, let's check out the location. And Happ threw that away from the target. It was meant to be a bit away, and it came in. It cut right in to the hit me zone for Melky Cabrera, and that is number 5 on the year for the Milkman. Our Exmo is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Nice extension. And Cabrera, not a home run hitter, looked like one right there.
That was a big fly.
That was a big one.
Over the 382 marker and left center and well up into the bleachers. Pagan back in there. It's a strike, a real pitcher's strike there, up and away. Melky had never had a hit against Happ. It only faced him 4 other times, and nothing impressive. That one bounces in front of home plate. A ball and a strike. In his other plate appearances, he had a sacrifice bunt, a pop out, a fly ball out, and a ground out. And now tonight, boom, tape measure, big fly. I mean, that had to be 400, what, 410, 420 feet?
Right in that area.
Ball and 2 strikes now to Pagan. The picturesque scene. Oh, there's our man right out here.
Yeah, there he is.
Yeah. Still looking to have a look at this game. He missed the home run, I'm pretty sure. He heard the roar of the crowd. Although maybe he doesn't hear that much out there. But that his apparatus may have a lot of its own ambient noise.
It is really pretty cool to watch.
Did he swing? Yeah, as the ball rolls away, Mike Malinsky says he swung, and that's just a bad rule. And I think a bad ruling, whether he swung at it or not, you have to tell him now.
Yep.
Not while the ball's rolling away and you're still standing there. Melky Cabrera tells one, bye-bye, baby, as Russ Hodges used to say. Giants 2-0 over the Astros going to the second.
Dustin Johnson, I actually had trouble finding him in the crowd because you just fit in so well as a baseball fan. Are you a baseball fan, Dustin?
I like baseball. I like coming to the games more than watching on TV, but, you know, I do like baseball. And they gave me all this nice gear, so it's perfect.
Aren't they nice here?
They are nice.
All right, we got to talk about the first pitch. JT Snow and you had a little pregame drive competition, but he told you can't bounce it.
Yeah.
What happened out there?
I threw a good pitch. It just hit a little bit before the plate, so a little disappointing, but I get more nervous walking out on the mound than I do on the golf course.
Absolutely. A little different environment. Take us through that, the driving competition. A couple Giants participated. Who do you think did well?
Cain and Clay, they both did very well. They both got good swings. They both hit good drives. Yeah, I think Cain got one like 310, so that was pretty good.
Yeah. You'd pick him maybe in a scramble competition?
Yeah, I would play with him at AT&T.
You've had some practice sessions at the Olympic Club. Tomorrow is the big day. Do you still get nervous before a major?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm not nervous tonight, but tomorrow when I walk on the first tee, I'll be a little bit nervous. But it's good nerves. You know, I think, you know, a lot of guys, especially old-timers that have played the game, veterans, you know, if you're not nervous when you walk on the first tee, then you shouldn't be going out there because it doesn't mean anything to you. So you got to be a little bit nervous.
You work on that first pitch. Come back and visit us. Good luck to you this week.
Thanks.
All right, Dustin Johnson. Dwayne, John.
All right. Thanks, Amy G. And thanks to Dustin Johnson. Good luck to him. Brett Wallace, the hitter, after J.D. Martinez hit a fly ball to fairly deep center for out number 1. Brett Wallace with a count of 3 balls and 1 strike facing Cain. Big, strong, left-handed hitter with power. 2-0. The Giants on top here in the second. And that's back to the screen. High fastball.
Well, he's got a powerful swing. He's got a good build for a power hitter. You know, not too tall, just compact enough where you can get some strength.
Considered a great prospect for a long time, but he has never had much success at the big league level. 3-2 the count, and he struck him out with a changeup, and that was a beauty.
Yeah, that's the beauty of what Matt Cain has been able to do, is use that changeup in fastball counts. And you're sitting on a 3-2 fastball and you see this come in, and when it leaves his hand you're thinking that's a fastball, and by the time you swing you realize it's not.
That's a foul down the right field line. Well back out of play. Chris Johnson, powerful right-handed batter. By the way, we just a few moments ago we heard the whistle, a salute from the historic ship, the Potomac, which is in McCovey Cove. Now there it is. Beautiful historic vessel. At one time it was the official presidential yacht of FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. And it's 1-2 now to Chris Johnson, and it's permanently moored now over at Jack London Square in Oakland, and got an outstanding crew that keeps it up, and you can hire it for bay cruises and that sort of thing, business functions. Here comes Arias. Very nicely done. Now the Giants, last of the second. Pablo Sandoval, strike 1 called. Pablo hitting 6th in the order against the left-handed Jay Happ. Along the right field line. That's a fair ball. He's going to hold with a single as Bogusevic retrieves it.
Well, the Dodgers are going to be in town, and it's the rivalry that we all adore. So get your first look at the 2012 first place Dodgers at AT&T Park. Starting out on July 25th, Monday and Tuesday are both 7:15 start times. Wednesdays a 12:45 ball game. So go to sfgiants.com, purchase your tickets. Giants, Dodgers,
and get them now because they may not be around that much longer.
They may not.
Pablo, by the way, with his second hit since coming back from the disabled list. He's 2 for 12 now. As Brandon Belt fouls one. 1 ball, 1 strike to Belt, who hit his first home run of the year last night. And Belt, according to Bruce Bochy, he's going to be in there for a while now. Brett Pill, the right-handed hitting first baseman, back in the minor leagues. And that slider is off the outside. 2-1. Belt still working on that new stance, which he adapted it when the Giants run that trip to Milwaukee and Miami. Feet a little wider apart. Fastball up and away. 3-1.
Well, maybe I'm looking at the wrong things, because what I see out of Belt right now is orange shoelaces. There they are.
Wow. Well, let's see how he does with them.
In case he gets lost and walks out of the house, you'll be able to find him.
Deep center. Way back there. Still going. It's gone. A home run for Brandon Belt. And that's 2 in a row. 2 homers in his last 2 at-bats.
Well, don't change the shoelaces. Absolutely not. Good extension. Kind of a compact swing for a tall, rangy guy. And I think Belt was the only guy in this place that thought it was gone.
We're not used to seeing balls go over that wall, or any wall for that matter. Out of play off the right field line by Arias.
Now from our splash cam, he hit it square, and this was not one that just scraped the top of the wall either.
That ball is driven toward left center. Schaefer, no! Arias will stop at second with a double. Third consecutive hit to start the inning with the Giants, who lead 4-0.
Again, take a look at Belt's swing as he drives that barrel of the bat through the baseball. And that's what the Giants are looking for. They're looking for some power out of that position at first base. He is not a pull hitter. His home runs are going to go from gap to gap.
And that was very similar to his very first major league home run last year at Dodger Stadium. Hit one over the center field wall down there. So Brandon Belt, all of a sudden, hitting with power. He homered in his last at bat last night in the 8th inning. Matt Cain showing bunt, and he takes a called strike.
Sure, he was very tired of hearing Madison Bumgarner say that they were tired. And wanted to take care of it as quickly as he could.
He might have been very tired of Bumgarner telling him how he was ahead of him when Bumgarner hit his in the 3rd inning last night.
It's true.
Beautifully done, third base side. That gets the runner over as Johnson throws out Cain at first.
Our AT&T U-verse reverse replay last night. Belt's first home run of the year. He did pull this one. He got a pitch up from a lefty, a bit of a hanger, and he bounced it into the water. And that was his first of the year.
Today he put one into the sod farm. Don't they have some sod that grows out there?
Yeah, they do.
So now runner at third, 1 out, and Blanco to try and get Arias home. The Astros trailing the Giants 4-0. Bring the infield in. Giants have hit more sacrifice flies than any team in the National League. Off the fists, foul. Blanco has one of them. Giants with 23 sacrifice flies. And no other National League team has hit more than 19. The Boston Red Sox in the American League have hit 24. Infield in all the way around. 1 strike to count. Look out. That almost got the shirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Blanco popped to short his first time. Giants are wearing out Jay Happ here in the early going. A 2-run homer by Melky Cabrera in the first, and a 2-run homer by Brandon Belt here in the second, followed by Arias double. He's at third now. 1 out. And the high curve misses. 2-1. Here's a look at the defense for the Astros. Happ, by the way, the long ball has hurt him. He's now allowed 13 home runs in 70 2/3 innings pitched. Chase that high fastball back to the screen. 2-2, hoping to get a ball to drive. So,
well, Happ's always going to get hurt in most of the pitchers in the National League Central. You're going to get some home runs hit off you just because of a lot of the ballparks that are so small in that division,
including the Astros home ballpark,
including that one.
2-2 the count, and 3-2. Wrigley Field can be the smallest park in the game when the wind's blowing out, and then Miller Park in Milwaukee, that's a home run hitter's park.
Now Cincinnati might be the worst of them all.
And Cincinnati, a home run hitter's paradise. Here comes Arias. The throw home. Swing! The first baseman, Wallace, dropped that ball, picked it up and tagged the bag to retire Blanco, then tried to get the double play at the plate. Not quite.
Well, this is our Ford right choice. Now the base runner at third, Arias, he does not break until he sees that Wallace has juggled this, and he really makes a unique slide at home to avoid the tag. Almost slid backwards on his stomach, if that's possible, and then he grabbed it with his right arm. That's our Ford right choice.
If I was just hearing you say it, I'd say that's not possible. Yeah. But we saw it. Now he tagged him with the glove, but look where the ball is.
That's awesome.
If it was the glove that was the main thing, he would have been out.
Hey, in our backyard when we were a kid, you were out. I'm sorry.
Well, the umpire got it right, that's for sure. Giants get 3 more runs. Brandon Belt, tell it, bye, baby. They've hit 2 in 2 innings, 5-0. Reports on NBC Bay Area from Comcast Sportsnet. Full team coverage of the U.S. Open from the networks of NBC Sports. Ball 1 to Bogusevic facing Matt Cain. 5-0 Giants. Here's Dwayne Kuiper.
All right, John Bogusevic with a swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. A lot going on in San Francisco with the U.S. Open.
Well, Dwight Johnson said that Matt Cain hit one 310 yards today.
Yeah, he hit it. Smoked it. Bogusevic fouls it out of the way. Sitting down by the railing next to Ted Griggs on your left is Mark Lazarus. He is the chairman of NBC Sports, along with Josh Baer. Mark in town for, well, we'll just say Mark's in town for this game. And maybe he'll run over and check out the U.S. Open. You
think? That never would have occurred to me.
Yeah,
but
he's here for this. 2-2
on one of the NBC Sports family of networks.
Yes, it is. This is chopped foul. So we talked to him. He came up with Ted Griggs before the game, and he'd never been to this park before. And he was obviously mighty impressed.
He really was.
And who wouldn't be, right?
When you come up here, especially, you get the look of the bay and the ships and the boats and the whole panorama.
Bogusevic is out 4-3, and that'll bring up Chris Snyder.
This is the 13th year of the ballpark. So we've been coming up here to this level where you see not just the game, but that spectacular view of the Bay Area from here. And every time is like the first time. We come up here and we just gawk like everybody else. What a spectacular sight it is. It never gets old.
Snyder hitting 194 with 3 home runs 16 driven in. Here he takes the pitch down low with the pitcher Jay Happ on deck. The Rangers have just beaten the Diamondbacks 1-0. It is rare to see a 1-0 score in Arlington. And Snyder comes up empty, 1 ball and 1 strike.
Joe Nathan got the save. The only run of that game scored in the 8th inning. They posted it just yet on the hand-operated scoreboard here at AT&T Park.
They're pretty quick, though. Snyder breaks his bat and rolls his foul.
Oh, they posted it now.
There you go.
That was quick. By the way, see if you can guess who drove in the only run for Texas.
Your Torrealba. No, Napoli was playing, so unless Napoli was DH.
Well, Napoli scored the run.
Okay.
Driven in by Craig Gentry.
Oh, I mean,
the man who looks like the greatest hitter that we've seen all year.
Mr. 3000.
He's now hitting .340 for the season. What, he had about 9 hits in 3 days here.
He did. 1-2 pitch. And Snyder had a good rip and he fouls it back.
That was Matt Harrison, the guy who shut out the Giants last Friday. He went 7 1/3 shutout innings in that game.
Now there was a rain delay in that game, and it looks like both managers came back out after the delay and used his starters.
Yeah, the delay occurred in the 4th inning. Both starters, Wade Miley for the D-backs and Harrison of the Rangers, stayed in.
Snyder a good take. 2-2. Brats. We get brats. We get onions too. Yeah, you better keep those behind glass. 2-2 pitch. Oh. Strikeout number 4.
Well, Matt Cain is putting the ball right where he wants it to go. Look, the target opposing right where that ball is, right on the edge. Beauty.
Here's our Geico quote of the game. It comes from Mickey Mantle, and it's on golf. The only sure rule in golf is he who has the fastest cart never has to play the bad lie. Meaning that if you get to the ball first,
yeah, explain that one to me.
You can move it, and the slower cart won't see you.
That never happens in golf, does it?
No.
So obviously it does then.
Happ takes a strike, 1 ball and 1 strike. This guy's got to be getting tired, or it looks like he's leaving.
He is. He's heading out of McCovey Cove. He's heading out into the open water.
It's a one-man wolf pack. He is out of here, baby. He is gone. That's a great toy, too.
We have to get one. Or 2.
Yeah, make it 4. 1-2 pitch. And Happ takes high. 2-2.
Bruce Bochy was out on the bay today in an America's Cup boat.
Said he was mighty impressed.
It was an oracle.
Well, Mike went yesterday.
That's what he was doing on the special assignment.
Got him. 5 strikeouts for Cain. Melky Cabrera is going to lead it off. The Milkman, all he did in the first inning was park one into the seats. So when we come back, it'll be the Milkman. Here we are in the bottom of the 3rd inning. It's a 5-0 lead for the Giants. A pair of 2-run home runs in this game, Cabrera and Belt. And Melky Cabrera has a couple of RBIs tonight. And on the first pitch, he will pop this one out of play.
Melky, a lot of switch hitters hit better left-handed because they face right-handed pitching 70% of the time. Yep. They just get a lot more opportunity to swing from that side. Melky's, he's the opposite. He is killing left-handed pitching. He's hitting better than .430 batting right-handed.
Well, tonight, tomorrow, and Friday, all lefties. The 2-1, and Cabrera shoots it foul.
That's Wandy Rodriguez for the Astros tomorrow. And then the Giants on to Seattle on Friday with Jason Vargas, tough left-hander.
And another foul ball. Right now, Jay Happ doesn't have much that he can get by Melky Cabrera. Larry joining the party. And Mark Lazarus. I think Greg Hughes is the other gentleman that is with NBC. And Cabrera lines it into right field for a base hit. So 2 hits last night. And Melky Cabrera's got 2 hits again tonight.
It's the 30th game this year in which he's had 2 hits or more multi-hit games than any other hitter in the majors. Miguel Cabrera leads the American League of the Tigers, and Jose Altuve here with the Astros is number 2 in the National League.
Here's Buster Posey. Posey popped out in the first. Big swing and a foul. It's no balls and 1 strike. We saw just, was it yesterday, the day before, that the numbers for Buster Posey as far as the National League voting to start the All-Star game are very favorable for Buster Posey.
The last I heard, he was ahead.
Yeah. Happ with a teaser down around the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike.
That kind of swings around, though, based on which teams are at home at which times and whatnot when the updates are given. Giants have had a lot of home games lately.
And that's hooked foul.
So I think when your team's home for a long time and you're one of the top guys, you're going to get a surge in voting. A lot of people like to vote at the ballpark, although you can vote online. My mom, Winona up in Reading, she really enjoys baseball. Didn't grow up loving it. She told me that she voted online and ended up writing in her own name. So she's hoping maybe she'll make the team.
I didn't know that was possible, but
she got a little confused.
I would like to vote for her too now.
Winona Miller, yeah. But she wanted to vote for Buster twice. She'd already voted for him under catcher.
I got you.
And then she saw that you could write in something. She wanted to write in his name a second time.
So she believes in that the Chicago way of voting, where you can vote a number of times, correct?
Apparently that's the Reading way of voting. That's where she lives. She and my dad. By the way, it's my dad's birthday today.
Good. Well, happy birthday. Buster Posey down the left field line. That's a solid base hit. Cabrera stretching it out, and they're going to hold him up. Melky Cabrera, you just watch him to make sure the hamstring is okay. And a double for Buster Posey.
Well, Buster had not had that many hits lately, but he just smoked that one right down the left field line. And I think Melky, he might be holding back a little bit because of that hamstring. Otherwise, I think he would have scored if he was running full out the way he had been before.
Yeah, I agree. And maybe different score, different inning, different circumstances. Maybe Tim Flannery sends Melky Cabrera. Here's Pagan. Pagan unhappy in his last at bat when he got called out on a check swing that Mike Malinsky did not feel like it was a check swing.
They got the infield not all the way in this time, and I guess halfway you call it.
And it's 2-0. Pablo Sandoval on deck.
Giants have put 13 hitters up. And have had 7 hits. And one of the hitters laid down a sacrifice bunt. Matt Cain.
That was Matt Cain. 2-0. And Pagan hits it high and foul down the right field line. Hangar 1, made here in San Francisco, California, is providing aerial coverage from their very own blimp. It's nice to have Hangar 1 hanging with us. Some beautiful shots of this great city. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
And a little over anxious there. But that's what Happ wants to do. I mean, he's got a good fastball, 91 miles an hour, but he wants you to chase pitches that aren't quite strikes.
Absolutely. And now this is a strikeout situation, and he's in a spot where he can try to get that. And he does. So Happ's only got 2 strikeouts, and they've both been to Pagan. And now the Panda's going to hit. Sandoval blooped the single down the right field line to open up the second.
And you've got Pablo, switch hitter, who's going to bat right-handed. You got a left-handed hitter on deck. But I don't know that anybody thinks Pablo is that dangerous yet right-handed. And Belch already hit a home run over the center field wall. So they're going after Pablo.
Infield in. And Sandoval chases a bad pitch. And it's 0-1.
But he's done a lot of that since he came off the disabled list. He looked a little over anxious, and his timing may not be there just yet, especially right-handed.
Well, Happ does, as John mentioned, have a base to play with. And he flips them to right, and he's got a hit. Cabrera's going to score. It's 6-0. Posey goes to third, and Sandoval is 2 for 2. I'm not even sure that was a strike.
It didn't look that much different than the first one that he swung and missed at. And I think Happ was saying, well, he chased it once, maybe he'll chase it again. There's a look. Look at that. The catcher was getting ready to play it on the bounce.
Well,
turns the glove facing upward. That's going to bounce into him.
That's why when you see Sandoval swinging a bad pitch, you almost have to catch yourself by not getting on him too much, because he can do that. So here's Belt. Belt hit the home run to center field in the second inning. Here he takes one high and wide. It appears that Brad Mills needs some innings out of Jay Happ, because there are no signs that the bullpen is going to move at all. 2-0.
Well, the Jets have been waiting all year to see Brandon Belt really get it going. They saw some signs in that road trip to Milwaukee and Miami they were very hopeful about, and since then on occasion, but nothing steady.
Well, then the one thing that's been consistent with Belt when he wasn't hitting the ball out of the park is he'll take his walks.
Well, his average is only 227 coming in. He got the neon orange shoelaces. But hitting 227 at game time tonight, but his on base percentage 345. So he has that ability to be discerning at the plate and work a deep count, as he's done right here.
And Belt's got a base hit to right field. Posey comes in to score. And it's 7-0. Take advantage of that hole. And Belt now with 3 RBIs in this game. And the hitter will be Arias, and now the bullpen is starting to move around.
Well, you see Belt, you got the hitter's count. And that was, I don't know if that was a slider or what it was, but he got out in the front foot a little bit, kept the bat head back, and hit it solidly, hooked it through that right side. He knew he had a little bigger hole over there with the first baseman playing Pablo on the back. And that's a spot too, as the pitching coach Doug Brocale is out to the mound now as Cruz, the right-hander, Rainer Cruz, starts to warm up. But remember, Belt in that spot had a runner at third, 1 out. His job, get that guy home.
That's exactly right.
So, meaning you're not looking just to hit a home run or for a pitch that you can launch, that sort of thing. You're looking for a ball that will get that guy home. And he hooked it right through that hole on the right side, got it done.
Still only 1 out. The strikeout by Pagan. Arias doubled into left center field in the second. And a big swing and a miss. No balls and 1 strike.
It's now 16 hitters faced by Jay Happ. 9 hits out of 16 hitters. 9 for 16. Not bad.
Sandoval at second. Belt at first. And this is a hit out of play. It's 0-2.
It's kind of stunning to see this happening in this ballpark. The Giants, they don't give up many runs here. They don't score many runs here.
Well, we got a full house that's a bit stunned. I've seen 2 home runs in this game. High and tight to Arias, and it hit him. Happ can't believe it. He said, what can go wrong has gone wrong for him.
Look at that. Look at his face. I mean, talk about shocked and stunned, almost dazed and confused. Perhaps better put. See if we can hear it.
Yeah. He's got the elbow guard on, so the click you heard wasn't from hitting bone, it was from that guard.
So it didn't look like he was really hurt.
No. Here's Cain, and Cain takes a strike. Cain with a sacrifice bunt in the second. He's got an opportunity now to help himself. Sandoval at third, Belt at second. Arias at first. 2 runs in here in the third. And a good breaking ball, and it's 0-2 to Matt Cain.
Meanwhile, Cain, seems like 80% of this game is Cain sitting in the Giants dugout.
Yeah, he has been the one guy that over the years has not gotten a lot of run support. Happ wanted it, 1-2. That's probably the pitch that Matt Cain got when he was out on the mound. And Cain out swinging. And that'll bring up Blanco. You know you've earned some points with Giants fans when you strike out and they applaud you walking back to the dugout. So that's how good it's going for Matt Cain. Blanco is 0 for 2 with an RBI. And he takes low and away. Ted Barrett, I mentioned him earlier, is the home plate umpire. Snyder goes out.
You know, the Giants have had entire homestands where they've won most of the games and not had any game in that homestand where they scored this many runs, much less in the first 3 innings of the game. They've had entire homestands where they did well and never scored more than 4 runs in a game. Just within the last couple of weeks. Last time they had at least this many runs was when Oakland was here. May the 18th, they had 8.
And Blanco had a rip, and he fouls it straight back. This has been a long inning.
33 pitches in just this inning. Nightmare for Jay Happ.
Blocked by Schneider. 2 balls and a strike.
By the way, the most runs the Giants have scored in any home game all year is 8.
Well, they can bust right by that with a base hit here from Blanco. So it's 2 balls and a strike. And Blanco got a piece. It's 2-2. Happ went with the high fastball. Here's Ryan Theriot, who singled in front of Melky Cabrera's home run in the very first inning. This Astros team has really struggled on the road. They're 8-21 on the road. 2-2 to Blanco. Got him, and that'll end the inning. Giants on the board twice. After 3, it's 7-0 Giants. Dave Fleming will be in for the next 3. Giants on top. The Comcast side here at AT&T Park. And who are these guys?
I assume this game looked as good from this booth as it did from the radio booth.
It is unbelievable. They've scored 7 runs on 9 hits. Here's Jordan Schaefer. Cain was 9 up, 9 down with 5 strikeouts through the first 3 innings. Strike to Schaefer with Sandoval in at third, thinking that Schaefer might just lay down a bunt.
Wouldn't seem all that likely, but
you just never know. Boy, Cain right now is painting the corners. It's 1 and 2.
You know, it's more complicated than just having the full lineup intact, but it is sort of exciting to see what can happen. The Giants have a healthy lineup in there tonight.
The only guy that's hacked off right now is Pagan. Lifted foul and out of play. He struck out twice. But still early for Angel Pagan. 1 and 2. Altuve to follow. And that is a foul. I really thought for a second like Malinsky was going to call that fair, and then in the middle of his call he changed his mind. Let's see here. Foul. Although Brad Mills is coming out. So don't you go back and look for the mark on the dirt?
Well, and Mills is, you know, when it bounces before the base, the ruling is, well, where is it as it gets to first base? Is it over the bag or is it on the foul side of the bag?
That's right.
And it's hard for the manager. I mean, what's the manager going to argue? The first base umpire, even if you think he got it blatantly wrong, he's standing right on top of it. You're in the dugout. But
if the hitter has to really react, because the hitter has to have the best angle. All right, so I mean, almost changed the base.
Almost looked like it did.
That's foul down the left field line.
And you know, I always hesitate, even though our camera guys do such a great job of capturing those images. If you're not exactly straight down the line, it can be a little deceiving, those replay angles, whether it's fair or foul.
Absolutely. Foul back. Perfect time to have the blimp, isn't it?
Oh my goodness. Makes for good viewing, that's for sure.
I think there'll be a blimp hanging around above the Olympic Club.
I believe they may mix in a few golf shots on the telecast, but it could be majority blimp shots.
Oh goodness. This is a rolled foul.
You figure that the Golden Gate Bridge and Alcatraz and the waves crashing at Ocean Beach, and then just the beauty of the Olympic Club lake course itself. I think we'll see a lot of views from above all weekend long.
Got him. Check in with Amy G.
Well, Dwayne, last night, Madison Bumgarner, of course, hit his first career home run. He also recorded 12 strikeouts, and in doing so, he became the third Giants pitcher, just the third since 1900, to record 12 or more Ks and hit a home run in the same game. He joins Juan Marichal, who did it back in 1963 against the Mets, and our very own Mike Krukow, who did it in 1985 against the Astros. Gentlemen.
All right, thanks, Amy. Here's Altuve. Altuve looks at a strike.
Our own Mike Krukow.
Yeah.
He had, what, 7-8 home runs in his career?
He could hit.
Mike was a catcher when he went to college. He was recruited as a position player to Cal Poly, and then he had a good arm. Ultimately took up pitching full time.
It's a good move.
I think that worked out well for Mike.
Very much so. Plus, he got 4 days in between starts to talk and work on his broadcasting skills. There's a strike to Altuve, 1-2. Although he's a little bit like Vogelsong. He started to get grumpy, grouchy. Just about the day before.
So,
the day of, forget it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
2.5, 3 days to work on it.
Mike used to go into the park with the same group of guys every day. And the day he pitched, those guys would rather have walked from Foster City.
No fun.
No, let's just walk. 1-2 to Altuve. Altuve struck out. I mean, you talk about having a fine year. This little guy's having a fine year.
Well, I mean, he's a guy, he's 22 years old, so he's the same age as Bumgarner. He came up last year. He had something like 30 games above single-A baseball when the Astros promoted him. He had such a great year in the minor leagues, it was just destroying it down there. They just brought him up.
He got him. And that'll bring up Lowry. Well, I don't know about that one. I mean, if you're Altuve, you have to think that that's high. I mean, look, I know he ducked it a little bit, but still.
For every other hitter, that's a thigh-high pitch. For Altuve, that's up around his shoulders. I mean, he's 5'6".
Here's Lowry. Lowry takes a strike.
You can see why Altuve was a little ticked off, though. Another guy having a good year. Middle infield for the Astros, second base and shortstop. They're getting all their offense from those two spots. A switch hitting shortstop who hits home runs. That's pretty rare.
He's got 12. And look, we know that ballpark is small, but 12 is 12. This one is down low to Jed Lowry.
I mean, another great story. Jed Lowry, a kid from Oregon, so he grew up out west, knowing a lot about the Giants. Came to Stanford and was not I mean, look, he's not a huge guy. He was not a highly recruited player at all.
Plus, what I like about him is he's got the old school stance. When I got to the big leagues, if you look to see his stance, it's a closed stance. That was 70% of the batting stances were closed, like Lowry. Now more stances are open. That's old style right there. Hopped out of play.
I think the Astros say there's a lot that's, you might say, old school about Jed Lowry.
Absolutely.
Certainly a lot of old school in that guy, though.
The horse.
2-2. Fans want Cain to strike out the side. Melky Cabrera running hard, and he will track it down as he runs over the mound, and that'll end the inning. It'll be Terrio to lead things off.
And may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of San Francisco Baseball Associates, LP.
All right, it's time for our trivia question tonight, brought to you by AT&T. Who was the last Giants pitcher before Bumgarner last night to hit a home run against the Astros? Of course, the Giants used to play the Astros all the time. They don't see them quite as much these days, although they play an extra series against Houston this year. The Astros will be back here right after the All-Star break.
Here's Terrio, and Terrio on the first pitch hammers it into center field for his second hit. So Terrio back to laying out some hits. Terrio took an 0 for 5 in the game last night. Here's Cabrera, a home run and a single. Absolutely torturing left-handed pitching, Melky Cabrera. And he takes outside. The good news, we mentioned it when John was in here, a lefty tomorrow in Wandy Rodriguez, and then Jason Vargas will pitch on Friday. He is also a lefty. Remember when it was the kryptonite earlier in the year for the Giants, facing left-handed pitching?
Oh, Jamie Moyer, whoever it was.
Yeah. Now, much better. Terrio with his lead. Giants have 10 hits. And the pitch is down low.
It's not likely that Terrio will be running here. Posey, the man on deck. Terrio has shown a little spunk on the base pass. He's been stealing some bases. I was down at the clubhouse before the game today, and Terrio had his son Houston with him. And I asked his 7-year-old son, well, he was good a hitter, better hitter than your dad, and Ryan said, well, he might be faster than I am. And so I turned to little Houston. I said, is that right? You faster than your dad? And he goes, well, my dad used to be a lot faster than he is now.
Yeah, this has popped up. They say Houston does not lack for personality. Snyder now at the last second decided to check it out. It's a full count.
I thought that was a pretty good line, though. Yeah, my dad's lost a little speed over the years. Thanks, son.
Well, once he started to play and then started to contribute, more of Terrio's personality has come out.
Yeah.
And we're really finding out a lot of good things about that man. 3-2 pitch, and Melky Cabrera chases a high fastball. Well, Friday, June 29th is the first annual Giants Garlic Festival in community partnership with the Gilroy Garlic Festival. Now you need a special ticket, and how do you do it? You call 415-972-2298 or visit sfgiants.com/special effects. Here's Buster Posey. Posey hammers one into center field. Terrio's going to hit the bag. He'll go to third.
Well, Houston's old man could still run a little bit.
That's right. Yeah, yo, Houston, this is for you, pal. Take a good look at your old man. Look at him go. That is smoke coming out of those feet. Take that, you little wise 7-year-old.
That was for his kid.
All right, here's Pagan.
Pagan needs to get in the act. Everybody else has sort of been a part of this 7-0 Giants lead. And he struck out twice. So you know he wants a hit here badly.
Especially in the third inning with runners at second and third. One ball and no strikes.
Interesting that Bruce Bochy today before the game said he really thought that maybe for the rest of this year that Pagan could fit in that fifth spot against left-handed pitching.
Well, it's amazing what you learn about someone that you haven't seen play a lot, and I think the Giants learned a lot about Angel Pagan. I think they knew quite a bit, but a lot of his game has been a surprise to all of us. Here he looks at a strike. It's 2-1.
I mean, the point for the Giants manager, I think, was everybody just assumed, Bochy included, Sandoval's back. Well, he's the fifth place hitter. Lefties, righties, who cares? And Pagan's been impressive enough to where, especially from Pablo's now weaker side with that hand, Pagan may hit above him.
And Pagan attacks that high fastball. It's 2-2. The Panda's on deck. This gentleman has been collecting these for a while.
Unobstructed view he's got up there.
That's a good spot. Also have to have a strong neck.
A little lopsided.
2-2 pitch. Here it is. And Pagan kind of bluffs out of that one. It's 3-2.
He sold that one pretty well. Man, that almost got me.
Here's what we're talking about. Oh, this may be closer than I thought it would be, so I'm going to exaggerate. And Pagan will take the walk. And this is going to do it for Jay Happ. One of those at bats, if you're Angel Pagan, you don't want to walk, but you also don't want to swing at a bad pitch. When it's time for a change, think Speedy Oil Change and Tune-Up, your oil change tune-up and smog experts. We'll be back. About Reiner Cruz is, well, for tonight, he's the first guy out of the bullpen. His ERA isn't very good. In 19 innings, he's allowed 15 earned runs. So he'll be facing Pablo Sandoval, and right now Sandoval hitting from his better side.
And you might have seen, maybe our viewers tonight could see that final warm-up pitch. You'll see it soon. He's got kind of a funky delivery from the right side, which you would think would expose him a bit against left-handed hitters. We'll see.
So here's Sandoval with one out and the bases loaded. And Cruz to the plate. And Sandoval a shot, and they're going to go the hard way, and not in time. Sandoval beats it out, and it's an RBI. But the Astros did a lot better than I thought they were going to do. And that's even with a poor throw to Lowry. So I give Lowry credit for turning that. Watch this throw, which is handcuffed at Lowry, and he still got off a pretty good throw back to first. But Sandoval, knowing that he beats this out, he's got an RBI.
So he did do a good job staying out of the double play, and he gives Belt a chance to hit.
And it's 8-0. And Belt coming into this at bat, he's homered, he's singled, he's got 3 RBIs.
Things are looking up for young Brandon Belt.
He's going to sleep better. Food's going to taste better. The drive home's going to be better. And the 1-0 is a strike on the outside corner, 1 ball and 1 strike.
And not just getting hits and not just getting RBIs, but hitting the ball hard. And that is what the Giants are looking for from Belt.
The Giants have scored in every inning. Swing and a miss, 1-2.
Cruz is one of those Rule 5 draftees, so that means he did not pitch in the big leagues before this year. The Astros took him from the Mets organization, and he has to stay on the 25-man roster all year. If they wanted to take him off, they have to offer him back to the Mets.
So the bottom line with that is any Rule 5 pitcher is going to have great stuff, but whether he can throw it over the plate or not, that's another story.
Yeah.
But that last pitch was at 95.
And Belt stays alive with the breaking ball.
Well, Belt, we were talking about hitting the ball hard. The shoelaces working tonight. Working pretty well, I think. I mean, that ball was crushed to center field. Right into the avocado tree. Better than 400 feet. Second home run in as many games and as many at bats for Brandon Belt.
2-2 to Belt. And it's wide.
A young player who, well, frankly, this year just hasn't gotten enough at bats to where I think he's felt comfortable, and that's not, I mean, some of that is his own doing. He hasn't produced when he's gotten those at bats.
Sandoval goes, and it's ball 4.
But it will be interesting to see as he gets more and more playing time how comfortable he can get. Well, let's ask and answer our trivia question brought to you by AT&T. And our question of the night: who was the last Giants pitcher before Bumgarner who did it last night to hit a home run against the Astros? And our answer: Matt Cain did it back in 2008. He hit it off the right-hander Brandon Backey, and he hit it here.
All right. Here's Arias. And the first pitch is high.
One of his 5 career home runs.
I'll tell you about just a really brief conversation that I heard today. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Arias. Swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. Our friend Dave Raymond from over the radio side of the Astros and I were talking with Ryan Theriot, and Bumgarner came up and said to Theriot, "So how many home runs do you have this year?"
So he's feeling a little frisky.
And the 1-1 to Arias. Little flip job, and it's going to be caught, and that'll end the inning. I cannot tell you what Theriot called him.
Tell it to me when we go to commercial.
It wasn't pretty. Sellout crowd here at AT&T Park, and what are they watching? Well, they're watching the Giants beat on somebody, and they lead this one through 4 by a score of 8-0. All right, here to do the play-by-play for the next 2 innings is Dave Fleming. Dave?
Yeah, you're not going anywhere, are you?
I'm going to get a cup of tea. I'll be right back.
Okay, don't go far. J.D. Martinez for the Astros against Matt Cain. And this has been an unbelievable night here. Cain has had to wait a long time in between each inning on the mound. And it hasn't affected his sharpness so far. Kind of hung a slider there, and Martinez ripped it foul. I say slider. That was a slower breaking ball. The curveball, just a foul ball, 1-1. I mean, the Giants have had 11 hits. They've had a hit batter. They've drawn 2 walks. They've had 13 base runners and scored 8 runs in 4 innings. Fastball right at the knees. Beauty from Cain. Strike 2. Meanwhile, the Astros have not had a man reach first base. So 13 base runners for the Giants in 4 innings. And that would be 0 for Houston so far. 1-2. And a curveball. Martinez did well just to get a piece of it. Now, Matt Cain, who has won not just 6 straight decisions, but 6 consecutive starts, he's been the winner. And that curve just off the plate inside. 2-2.
Yeah, and not only that, but eats up innings. Calms everybody down.
What a year. The guy's had a great career, but at a very high level right now. Fastball got him looking. Strikeout number 8 already for Cain.
Our Chevron pitching matchup for tomorrow afternoon's game. Wandy Rodriguez. Rodriguez comes in with a 5-4 mark, a 3.27 ERA. He's good. And it'll be Barry Zito with a 5-3 mark, and a 3.24 ERA. So check us out right here on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area for noon baseball pregame live. That's when we'll start for the final game of the series. That's our Chevron pitching matchup.
Brett Wallace fouled one right off of Posey for strike one. And you're right, Wandy Rodriguez, he's the Astros' best pitcher. And he and Zito, two lefties, each with the big curveballs. Wandy Rodriguez, he throws that big slow curve just like Zito does. A guy who almost assuredly will be traded at the deadline. And there's a lot of interest, I would have to think. Another fastball right at knee level. Pinpoint location tonight for Matt Cain. He's ahead of Brett Wallace. 0-2. High fastball struck him out. 9 strikeouts for Cain.
Here's the high fastball, and that's exactly where Buster Posey wanted Matt Cain to throw it.
It would not be accurate to say Cain's not a strikeout pitcher because he's got strikeout stuff, but not typically quite like this. Catches the outside with a slider, perfectly thrown again to Chris Johnson. 0-1.
All right, well, let's look.
That one pulled in the dirt outside. 1-1.
Double digits this year twice. He struck out 11 Pirates. He struck out 10 Brewers. Yeah, but consistently right around 7, 8 a game. But I think Mike likes to say he really does it. He goes for the strikeout when he needs a strikeout. Well, right now he's in a rhythm where he's got these Astros hitters off balance. He's got a good rhythm with home plate umpire Ted Barrett, and he and Buster Posey got something going on right now.
Well, he's got a chance to strike out the side here with his 1-2 pitch. Posey tried to hold it to get the call. Not quite.
Well, a lot of the umpires in this park thought that that last pitch was a strike, but it was not a strike.
And the one that counts saw it that way. So now it's 2-2. Johnson puts it in play with some crazy spin on it to Terrio for the third out. So Matt Cain still has not allowed anyone to reach first base. He and the Giants with an 8-0 lead. 0 Giants, and Matt Cain, the pitcher, will lead off against Reiner Cruz, the reliever on for the Astros. He got the final out in the 4th inning in relief of Jay Happ, who gave up 8 runs in 3 1/3. Now Cain broke his bat, but still singles to left field. So Matt Cain with a base hit, 12th hit of the night for the Giants. Well, if you can't watch the Giants on Comcast Sportsnet Bay Area, take the Giants with you on the road with MLB.tv. Subscribe today to see every out-of-market Giants game live online in HD quality. SFGiants.com, that's where you order and get more details. MLB.tv.
We have that.
Yes, we do. We do a little bit of traveling.
Yep, we have that.
And we typically do actually see and work the Giants games, but we like to catch all the games. And it is amazing technology. Here's Gregor Blanco, leadoff man, who's 0 for 3 with a run batted in against Cruz. Way outside, ball 1. And you can tell Cruz, as Kite mentioned during that 4th inning, he's got a live arm, but the ball is not always going where he wants it to go. Very inexperienced right-hander in an 8-0 game. Giants ahead. Blanco, he hits a high drive to deep right field. This one is hit really well. Gone! And it's another Giants home run, 10-0. Blanco's fourth. Giants season high 10 runs. And they are pouring it on.
Well, you hit it in this spot in the park, and you don't have to hit it very far. And Blanco gets it very high. And is it going to stay in the air long enough? It absolutely does.
Right up onto the arcade. 10-0 Giants as Terrio takes a strike.
Wow. I mean, when we watched this ballpark being built, we thought that was going to happen a lot.
Over and over and over again.
And it just doesn't. Well, one guy did. Everybody else, it doesn't happen that much.
I'll tell you what, Gregor Blanco, though, not the biggest guy, not quite Jose Altuve, but 4 home runs. He's got pop.
He does.
Terrio out toward that same spot, but he'll come up a little bit short for the out. Logosevic caught it. Terrio is 2 for 4. Gregor Blanco, you figure especially here it could be tough on him, but he's got 2 of his home runs in this ballpark.
Yeah, he may have the longest.
Almost 460 feet. There's Melky Cabrera. Cabrera hit a long one. His first at bat of the night. Ball one outside. Fastball at 93. Melky's 2 for 3 with that home run, his 5th of the year. Also has a single and a run scored. Look at that batting average, 370. Outside 2-0. So this is a Giants team that had not hit a home run since the middle of May, had gone 17 games at home, and that's at home, of course. Gone 17 games at home without hitting one out of that beautiful ballpark. And now in 2 games against the Astros, they've hit 5. Cabrera fooled by the slider there. He fouled that one off of Chris Snyder, strike 1. A couple of the home run hitters. All-star voting through the 2nd round of balloting, and Melky Cabrera, he is real close to one of those starting spots.
He is.
Pretty impressive. Those 3 guys ahead of him having huge years, although of course Kemp been hurt a lot. The Giants fans are supporting Melky Cabrera, that's for sure.
This Snyder got dinged so much so now that the trainer and the manager are going to come out, and this is one of those where I have a general idea where it got him, and if memory serves me correct, all you need is time.
Yeah, we don't necessarily want to watch the replay to confirm, but we will.
Time.
Take a moment, Chris.
In a lot of ways, it just makes you want to barf. Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Time is in.
2-1 to Melky. There's that pitch. That's the one Cain has used so much tonight. That fastball right at the knees. There's Matt Cain, who still has not allowed a base runner in 5 innings. Off the plate, full count to Cabrera, 3-2. But the strike zone was established by Ted Barrett, I think, real early in this game, and Cain he's taken advantage of it. Astros pitchers have not. Cabrera chops that one very softly. Cruz, the underhand feed for the out.
All right, time for Subway Eat Fresh. Yes, Kipe and Dave. Bob from Fremont wants to know. Bob's a real funny guy. Hey, Kipe, how does it feel to have Madison Bumgarner hit as many homers as you do in your career? I had a guy in the parking lot today.
Oh.
I pull up. He's got his kids, right? Cute wife, couple of kids. Hey, Dwayne, my daughter wants to ask you something. So, I go out of my way. I walk up to the fence.
Yeah. Here's Buster Posey.
And this cute little thing of about 8 years old goes, "Hey, Mr. Kuiper, do you know Madison Bumgarner has as many home runs as you do?" And I gave the dad a face finger. Because clearly the dad's the one that set it up, right?
She did not come up with that on her own.
There's no way. So, Bob, thanks.
You may think you're funny.
That's right. Stop roasting me, okay?
Hey, Bumgarner's got a lot of power. I'll say this. You both have more big league home runs than I do. And likely more than Bob has. Yeah. Although I guess we don't know for sure.
Bob.
Two and one to Posey, who's got a couple of hits, single and a double. And he's got, knocked down by Wallace. He'll pick it up and throw to Cruz for the out. He got robbed of a third hit there. Hit another ball hard. Two more, though, on the Blanco home run. 10-0 Giants. Great night to be on the water. Great night to be inside AT&T Park, where the Giants lead the Houston Astros 10-0. 13 hits for the Giants. The Astros have had nobody get to first base against Cain. Emmanuel Burris in to play second in place of Ryan Theriot, and presumably just to give Burris a little time. He has not had much of it of late. Brian Bogusevic, left-handed hitter with a lot of power, takes a changeup for ball one.
A's beat the Rockies. Do you care?
Come from behind victory, huh?
Yep.
In the ninth inning. Man, and every day Coors Field looks more and more like the pre-Humidor Coors.
It was 4-2 in the first inning.
The batteries ran out on the Humidor. Fastball just blew it right by Bogusevic. One-two. Bogusevic stays alive. Cain's got 9 strikeouts in his 5 innings of work. And working on a special night here. Matt Cain has just overpowered these Astros. Here's his 1-2. That one right there. Strike 3 called. Number 10 for Cain.
All right, take a look. Buster Posey wants it up. Instead, Cain throws it right on the inside corner. As Dave says, strikeout number 10. Aerial coverage brought to you by Hangar One, made here in California in an actual aircraft hangar. Maybe that's why they call it Hangar One.
Yeah, that's a clue at least.
Yeah. Help me out here.
I think over.
That's an angle you rarely see.
Yeah, you're right about that. There's a deep drive by Chris Snyder. Cabrera will catch it at the wall.
Wow.
2 down.
Well, we all thought this was gone. Melky Cabrera got to the wall and just a little mini leap, and he puts it away. Chris Snyder's thinking, how did that happen? In our park, that's a big fly.
And Cain, I mean, you could tell he's into this. Giants fans are standing up here. And Cain, he was pumped. I think he was sure that one was at the least off the wall. So Cain still has not allowed a base runner. 2 down, and it's Bixler as a pinch hitter taking strike 1 with the curveball.
Here's the catch again by Cabrera. You know, when it was all said and done, Melky Cabrera had everything under control.
Yeah. Strike 2. The Giants fans know that something special is going on here tonight. 0-2. Just high with the fastball. Trying to get into chase. Bixler, no contact. Posey to finish the put out. And a game that's been about the Giants offense is now about Matt Cain. 10-0.
Snyder, he tagged him. He's out. Well, maybe not. The ball was in the other hand. And you know what? Unless you're in my backyard and I was a kid, you are out. Because I made the rules. 10-0 Giants. When it's time for a change, think Speedy. Oil change and tune-up. Your oil change tune-up in Smog experts.
New pitcher, the left-hander, Xavier Cedeno. So Cedeno, third pitcher of the game for the Astros. Happ, the lefty, started. Cruz worked inning into 2/3, and now Cedeno, who's pitched 7 times in the big leagues for the Astros this year. Part of an 8-man bullpen. The Astros use their bullpen a lot. He'll face Pagan, Sandoval, and Belt. And the Giants are, for the most part, just leaving Matt Cain alone now in the dugout.
Yeah, it starts to get lonely from here on out.
Right about now.
And in a lot of ways, people will say, well, what is up with that? Well, the spot that Cain's in is you don't want to say the wrong thing to him. In a lot of ways, you don't have anything to talk to him about unless you're actually catching him like Buster Posey.
And Posey at this point probably doesn't have a whole lot he needs to offer. It's been working for Cain. 6 innings, 11 strikeouts, no base runners. So the Giants offense, I mean, it takes quite a performance from a pitcher on a night where the Giants have exploded. 10 runs, 13 hits, 3 home runs. And that's at the moment being obscured by Cain's performance.
It really is.
Two-one, and Pagan takes a close one for ball 3. Pagan got a couple days off. Monday, the off day. Yesterday, did not start in the Giants' 6-3 win against the Astros. Just to freshen things up. He's 0 for 2 with a walk in this one. Hits that one to right field. Bogusevic just waiting for it. Out number 1. And let's send it back down to Amy G. Amy.
All right, Dave. Well, earlier today I caught up with Sergio Romo, and we have a new Romo's relief for Giants fans. It's up at csnbay.com. It's brought to you by GoPro cameras. Guys, we talked a little bit about the prank that they pulled on Madison Bumgarner last night in the dugout after he hit his first career home run and gave him the cold shoulder. And then Sergio got a little bit serious and talked about why he always catches for that ceremonial first pitch. It's a good one. Romo's relief, csnbay.com. Guys.
All right, Amy. Check it out. Curveball to Sandoval for a strike. And he does. He always serves as the catcher for those ceremonial first pitches.
He does a good job.
Tonight, Dustin Johnson was the man. A strong contender. This week. Yeah, he bounced it in.
Bounced.
He was sort of talking a little trash. His fellow tour professional, high-level golfer Rory McIlroy kind of eased one in the night before last. Johnson was talking about how he was going to throw a real pitch. He was going to air it out.
Bounced.
And he bounced it. Curveball, and Sandoval pokes it down the right field line. That's a base hit. Pablo, I don't think he's seen a strike all game, and he's got his 3rd hit and a belly flop slide. So the Panda with a 1-out double.
Here's Dustin Johnson.
First pitch from earlier.
So Johnson deals, bounced.
Yeah, he was a little sheepish about it.
He's another one of those guys that are going to be fun to watch starting tomorrow.
Yeah.
We're leaving tomorrow, so every gadget we got is going to be watching the U.S. Open.
And Dustin Johnson hits it maybe farther than anybody else. There's a curveball to Belt for a called strike. A tremendous all-around athlete. I mean, a great athlete. And a fun guy to chat with. Belt having a big night, a walk, a single, and a home run. Been on base all 3 times. Fooled by that curveball, though. Strike 2. I asked Dustin Johnson, because I play the lake course a lot, so I know the course real well. Tell me what, in your opinion, what's the hardest hole out there? You think there are a couple holes that are going to be particularly hard? He said, well, all of them.
Oh, pretty good blanket answer.
Yeah. He's thinking it's going to play pretty tough. 0-2. Belt holds off on that curveball.
Did I not read somewhere where 1 through 6 is torture?
1 through 6 is going to be torture. Although, unlike Giants style where the numbers are real low, torture means not many runs. You're going to be a lot of swings 1 through 6. Another foul ball. 1-2 to Belt. Well, and it's going to be really fun to see, and San Francisco is going to look great.
And there seems to be one group that everybody's focusing on.
Tomorrow, 7:30-ish a.m. Belt slashed that one foul. Nearly fitted it in down the left field line. Still 1-2. So Tiger, Mickelson, and Bubba all going off together.
Yeah,
I think those fairways would be lined.
that could be a fly in somebody's bag on that one.
We need the blimp to look down from above.
It'd be fun to follow that group.
Sandoval's the runner at second, and Belt strikes out swinging. That curveball got him. So Belt is retired for the first time of the game. 2 gone. Dusty Baker and the Reds are going to be here for a 4-game series, June 28th through July 1st. And a part of that series on Saturday, first 25,000 fans receive one of 5 Giants bobbleheads presented by Chevron Extra Mile. Sunday is the actual 2002 Giants team reunion. Both 1:05 start times, and still tickets available for all 4 of those games at sfgiants.com. Joaquin Arias takes a strike from Cedeno.
A good night for Brandon Crawford to take off. And who knows, he may get another one tomorrow, but the kid's been playing a lot. He's playing pretty well.
Well, I think both Arias and Crawford are going to benefit. And Bruce Bochy has not said it's going to be an out-and-out platoon, but Arias can start some of these games against left-handers. Crawford gets to freshen up a bit. And then Arias himself, I think the Giants are convinced that Arias got run down playing so much with Sandoval on the DL.
Absolutely. Well, being run down did not affect his glove. You could tell, though, that it did start to get to him at the plate.
0-2. Fastball away. Arias' bat was looking a little sluggish. And tonight, he's had a double, scored a run, been hit by a pitch. He's been on base a couple times. He hadn't had many chances at shortstop. Nobody's had many chances tonight with Cain on the mound. But the one real chance he had, he handled flawlessly. Arias, during spring training, we were all talking about how he really profiles defensively best at second base. He's second baseman. He can definitely handle second. We'll see maybe shortstop, maybe third a little bit. He has excelled at all those spots.
He really has.
Really played a great third base. And the Giants will use him for defense late in games at third on nights he's not starting. Bounce that one, and a fair ball. The long throw is just in time from Johnson. So John's going to come back and join Kite here on the TV side. Giants ahead 10-0.
Here at AT&T Park in front of a sellout crowd, it's 10-0 Giants. And the story in this game is not just 10-0. It's the Houston Astros have not had a base runner in this game through 6 innings. Crawford is now at short. Arias moves from short to third. So here's Schaefer, and Schaefer looks at a strike. 87 pitches for Matt Cain. Not one base runner in this game for the Astros. And the next pitch is wide. Schaefer is struck out twice. Cain's got 11 in the game. On deck is Jose Altuve. This is flipped foul, and it's now 1-2. John Miller is back, so welcome back, John.
It's getting exciting.
It is. Dave Fleming back over to the KNBR side. It's 1-2 to Schaefer. And that bounces in. It's 2-2. Schaefer's got some speed. So as an infielder, you have to be aware of that, and this infield is aware of that. 3-2. So Cain, who hasn't walked anybody, listening to that crowd. And this is hit out into the alleyway. A long run for Blanco, and Blanco's going to dive, and he makes the catch! Just an unbelievable catch here in the 7th inning. This is unbelievable.
Into the gap, and he was in that direction in the first place, and then at the last moment it looks like no, but he makes the desperation dive, and then he has to hold on to it as he hits the deck. Look at the concentration there, and look at that play. And Matt Cain was watching as well. Yeah, and maybe saying the same thing. Are you kidding me?
And he tips his cap. Here's Altuve. Altuve is struck out twice in this game. And he takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Be hard pressed to find a better play than that one, given the situation that Cain is in right now. It's no balls and 1 strike. Out of play, 0-2.
And the ballpark, in a way, had something to do with it, because there are very few ballparks where the right fielder would be playing that far off the line to begin with, which is the norm in this ballpark. And still it was a spectacular catch. There's the spot where he landed and skidded across the warning track and held on to it. It's almost like he willed that one to land in his glove.
Well, it was hit in the perfect spot. It split Pagan and Blanco. So the 1-2 to Altuve. Got him. 12 strikeouts for Cain. Yeah, Schaefer hit this ball in the 4th inning that some thought was fair but called foul.
The way that one bounced back in the 4th inning, I think some people thought it maybe it hit the bag even.
Yeah. So here's Jed Lowry. Lowry has popped out twice. And he rolls this one past J.D. Martinez, and it's no balls and 1 strike.
The changeup there from Cain. He's had really everything working tonight. Fastball, changeup, curveball, slider. 12 strikeouts, by the way, equals his career record, which he set 6 years ago.
And the next pitch is high. 98 pitches for Cain. When you have a lot of strikeouts, inevitably your pitch count is going to be high by about this inning. Lowry looks at a strike. It's 1-2.
Lowry didn't like that call. Said something to the umpire about it.
The sellout crowd at AT&T Park now standing with a 1-2 count to Jed Lowry. And that's in the dirt. Through the wickets of Buster Posey, 2-2. So now we're at 100 pitches, and you see the way it was distributed. 22 in the 4th inning. Ooh, Lowry had a good rip. It stays 2-2. And Cain, to his credit, pitched 101, was 94 miles an hour. So he has had that ability over the years to get just a little bit extra when he needs to. 2-2.
This was close. Let's take a look, and you can see Posey, and it was a few inches off the outside.
If this is called a strike, then the Astros would want an investigation. It's 3-2. Got him! 13 strikeouts for Matt Cain. It remains 10-0 Giants. All right, thanks, Mindy. We got a lot going on here. It's 10-0 Giants. Matt Cain's going to lead things off. It'll be Cain Blanco and Emmanuel Burris. No balls in 1 strike.
We were taking some guesses about what Cain might do.
No, you weren't. I was. You don't have to. I said to John, I said, look, I just saw Bruce Bochy sit next to Cain. You know what? I'll bet he said to Cain, look, don't waste any energy. Just take 3 pitches. Well, he left his shoes at home plate. He swung so hard.
He wanted the big fly.
Oh, my goodness. Cain bounces this one to the third baseman, Johnson. I give Cain credit. He just plays it the right way. I guess that's the only way he knows how.
And he just hustled up the first base line. Like whether he might have a chance to beat that out, the whole game depended on it.
He had every right to hit it and turn and walk into the dugout. Listen to the ovation Gregor Blanco is going to receive for making that great catch in the top of this inning. So here's Blanco, who homered in the 5th inning. And the first pitch from Cedeno is high. Blanco also picked up an RBI in the second on a ground ball. Look out. 2 balls and no strikes. This was the catch that Blanco made on a ball hit by Jordan Schaefer. And Matt Cain said, no, there's not going to be any high fives. We're going with the hug. Inside corner, 2 balls and a strike.
Well, there was genuine affection and sincere appreciation at the same time, because we don't see Cain show much emotion on the field, but he raised his arms over his head when Blanco made that incredible catch.
There's a sweeping breaking ball, and it hits the inside corner 2-2. That's a Javier Lopez breaking ball. Ten runs on 14 hits for the Giants. As Blanco rolls this one foul. No runs. Nary a hit. Nary a walk. Nary a base runner for the Astros, as we are on our way to completing the 7th inning. This is hit up the middle, and Blanco's got another hit. All right, let's check in with Amy G. Amy?
Well, Dwayne, we always like to take a minute to recognize Giants that go above and beyond. Tonight, we take a look at Clay Hensley. He is our Giants in the Community, presented by PG&E. And the Giants and PG&E, you could say they're on the same page. Clay Hensley went to the San Francisco Public Library yesterday, read to over 120 kids, held a Q&A, signed autographs, took pictures, and then, gentlemen, he taught them how to throw a slider.
Wow.
All the important stuff.
Yeah. Read some books and then walk out of there knowing how to throw a slider. That's a good day.
We should have gone over there.
No. Burris, potential double play ball, 6-4-3, and that'll end the inning. We will head to the 8th inning as the tension mounts. It's 10-0 Giants. Those 9 different batters with a strikeout. Happ only lasted 3 1/3. Giants have 3 2-run home runs in this game. Cain has not allowed a base runner. 8th inning. Here's John Miller.
The cleanup hitter, J.D. Martinez, leads off. He's flied out deep to center and struck out looking. Broken back. Arias, the off-balance throw. 1 away.
Well, this was by no means an easy play. And what you have to do is you have to do just about everything right to make the play. And you have to do it on the move like Arias was. So it was a good play.
And that's why he's back over there right now. Bruce Bochy made some adjustments to the infield defense, getting his best gloves out there, which right now is Arias at third, Crawford back at short. Burris with more range than the older Terrio at second. Changeup at the knees. Strike 1 to Brett Wallace, who has struck out swinging twice. 2 of the 13 strikeouts Cain has recorded. Ooh, wow. Ball and a strike. Little cutter that I guess was just inside. I thought maybe it had caught the corner of the plate before it moved off. 1 ball, 1 strike to count. And did he swing? Yes. Third base umpire Brian Runge on appeal. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cain with 13 strikeouts already. There you have a look. I think he clearly swung at it. Cain already with a career record for strikeouts in this game. Everybody standing. Off the outside. Little breaking ball. 2-2. That was the 108th pitch of the game for Cain. He got the first batter on the first pitch of the inning. In the dirt with a changeup. 3-2.
Well, he's not been afraid to use the changeup 3-2. He can go a lot of ways. He might even throw a high fastball here. There's Chelsea Cain. Hard to watch. It really is.
Strike 3 called. Inside corner. Number 14 for Cain. 2 down in the 8th.
Well, check out Buster Posey in the target. And folks, that's good enough for Ted Barrett. It's good enough for me.
Well, Brett Wallace did not think so. That ball had a little movement coming back to the plate, though.
It absolutely did.
And that's what got him the call. 14 Ks up there. 2 down. Chris Johnson. Ball 1.
I mean, at this point, if you're an Astros hitter, you have to realize that the rhythm that Cain is in, not with just Buster Posey, but with Ted Barrett, you better swing at close pitches.
2 strikes, you better swing at anything close. That's right. 2 down, nobody on. Johnson has twice grounded out. Back to the screen. He had a good rip at that fastball away. 92 miles an hour on his 112th pitch of the night. Johnson has grounded a short, and he has grounded a second. Each time making the final out of an inning. He's batting here with 2 down and nobody on in the 8th. 10-0 Giants. Cain has retired 23 straight hitters. Two and 1. Cain was through 116 pitches in his previous start, 117 in the start before that. So this is not a particularly high pitch count for him. Over to his left, Crawford. He's got it to throw. Inning over. 8 perfect innings in the books for Matt Cain. 24 faced, 24 retired, and a huge ovation as he heads back to the dugout.
For Barry Bonds, hammered his 500th career home run in the Giants uniform, making the Giants the first franchise in baseball to have 3 players that hit 500 home runs with the club. Mays, Mel Ott, and Barry Bonds.
Matt Cain. Now, it is not unusual for Matt Cain to flirt with a no-hitter late in the game as the milkman grounds one to short. And Lowry throws him out. Cabrera is 2 for 5. His 2-run homer put the Giants on the board in the first inning. Matt Cain, before tonight, had taken a no-hitter into the 7th inning 5 times in his career. And it had gone as many as 7 2/3 innings with a no-hitter. Tonight, 8 perfect innings in the books for Matt Cain. And by the way, only 11 pitches thrown in that 8th inning. Pitch count is still not a big issue.
Yep, he's okay.
Strike 1 to Buster Posey, Matt Cain's battery mate. I can't imagine the ground ball that Crawford just fielded to get the final out of the inning. What kind of burden he must have felt.
It's absolutely nerve-wracking. I had a chance to play in Len Barker's perfect game, and tell you what, defensively you get pretty locked in. You know exactly what's going on, and everything slows down a little bit. And Crawford, you know, it was not an easy play, but it's a play you have to make.
1 and 2, and he did look like he got a little tricky hop at the last.
And he gave ground just a little bit to get a better hop.
Posey tonight has had a double and a single, 2 for 4. Facing Xavier Cedeno here. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Angel Pagan is on deck. 10 runs, 15 hits for the Giants. Their biggest outpouring of offense in any home game this year. They had not scored more than 8 runs in any other game. Matt Cain has made all that just sort of a secondary story. They're 1-2. That foul ball bounced right over to Pagan on deck, and he grabbed it, and he hands it to a young fan in the seats right by the backstop. Cain, who has done a lot of great things in his career, and he'll try to go somewhere he's never gone before tonight. There's Lowry, and Posey is gone, 2 down. And now Pagan.
Now all of a sudden, nobody seems to care in this ballpark what the Giants are doing offensively.
Okay, grounded out, so what? Let's move on.
They're applauding outs right now to get Cain back out there.
Well, and he's in such a groove. A quick inning maybe is not such a bad thing.
I don't think it would be a bad thing at all. I mean, the last thing you want is to have him sit there for a while.
Which he did early in the game. Seemed like he spent 80% of his time in the dugout the first, 3-4 innings. Giants were up for long innings over and over again while Cain was retiring the Astros post haste. Giants got 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 2 in the third, another 1 in the fourth, and 2 in the fifth. There you see Matt Cain's night, a career record 14 strikeouts. Ball and a strike down. Pagan. No hits, no runs, no base runners for the Astros. There have been a couple of nice plays along the way. One that saved it in the 7th inning, hit by Schaefer. Then what a play that was. Whatever the situation was, that was an incredible play.
Absolutely.
By Gregor Blanco. That curveball in for a strike. Also, Melky Cabrera, it wasn't anywhere close to the same kind of spectacular play, but it really excited the crowd when he went back to the wall. I thought Snyder had hit one out of the yard.
I think everybody did. And then when they saw Cabrera actually looking fairly comfortable chasing it down, everybody was shocked.
Here's Lowry, and he got him. The inning is over. 3 groundouts to short, and we're going to stay right here now. Matt Cain puts his hat on, the glove, and first Posey, then Cain out of the dugout. We're going to the 9th. Houston, a second-year expansion team at that time, pitched a no-hitter at Candlestick Park. That was the first by a San Francisco Giant. Gaylord Perry no-hit the Cardinals at Candlestick. That was in that stretch where Ray Washburn then no-hit the Giants the next day. 2 no-hitters in 2 days. Ed Halicki got the Mets in '75. John the Count of Montefusco a no-hitter at Atlanta in '76. And then nobody pitched a no-hitter for the Giants for 33 years until Jonathan Sanchez no-hit the Padres 3 years ago against San Diego. And some memories of Sanchez night. And that might have been a perfect game, but there was an error late in that game.
Yeah, Juan Uribe.
It was almost as if Sanchez was better than perfect. He got 28 hitters out.
I remember that was the night that something was going on in Benji Molina. It wasn't at the ballpark. Eli Whiteside did the catching.
And there it was. Everett Cabrera called out on strikes. He didn't like the call. And that was it. The first no-hitter by a Giants pitcher in 33 years. Jonathan Sanchez. And now here we are, not quite 3 years later. 9th inning about to begin.
And Bogusevic is going to lead things off. Bogusevic is bounced out, and he's struck out. And a swing and a foul. And it's no balls and 1 strike. 14 strikeouts for Cain. 7 swinging, 7 looking. Low and away, 1 ball and 1 strike. People hanging on every pitch thrown by Matt Cain.
Everybody's standing.
and tight, and Bogusevic just got out of the way. 2 balls and 1 strike. .117 pitches for Cain. Swinging a foul, and I don't think that was a strike. It's 2-2. So Bogusevic steps out, adjusts the batting gloves. Cain, the same demeanor no matter what. 2-2. Hit out to left field. Melky Cabrera near the line. One down in the 9th. And Chelsea you talk about hanging on every pitch. Here's Snyder. Snyder is the Astros hitter that hit the ball that everybody thought was out, that Cabrera tracked down in the 6th inning. And a breaking ball is wide. 1 ball and no strikes. Castro is on deck. High fly ball in the park. 2 down in the 9th. And the hitter will be a local kid from Castro Valley, Jason Castro.
Well, Castro has a little bit of history with Cain. He's only had 2 plate appearances against him.
And one of them was a home run.
The first home run that Castro ever hit was only his 3rd game as a big leaguer.
And the pitch to Castro is a strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. High with a fastball to even the count. 1 ball and 1 strike. Castro started last night and went 1 for 4. And the 1-1 pitch at the knees. 1-2. Cain appeared to look around, gazing at the upper deck, but now looking into Buster Posey. 1 ball and 2 strikes. On the ground, Arias from deep third, got him! And that's a perfect game. And the Giants mobbing Matt Cain on the pitcher's mound. What an unbelievable performance by Matt Cain. That's the 22nd perfect game in Major League history. The last to do it was Philip Humber on April 21st of this year. And the first in the Giants franchise history.
The 130th year of Giants baseball. Matt Cain, the first in all those many years to pitch a perfect game.
And Chelsea Chelsea being escorted probably down to the field. And by no means was that last play an easy one by Joaquin Arias.
Joaquin Arias, Gold Glove vote. That was a tough play. He got a tough hop, played it cleanly, and then a great throw. And Matt Cain with an appreciative hug for Joaquin Arias.
Well, here's the play. It was tough catching it. And then he did not have a whole lot of momentum to first base, but in a sneaky trip by Belt as he put the ball in his back pocket. And they're going to get the horse. Pretty remarkable night.
And then Matt Cain, as we see the last moment again. But Matt Cain is on the field now, being saluted by the crowd live here and responding to the crowd.
Well, I swear I saw him before he went after Castro. Just take a peek around the ballpark. What a night. All right, Amy G's got the hero, Matt Cain.
I am with the hero, and congratulations, Matt Cain. You just pitched the first perfect game in Giants franchise history.
Wow.
Ron Wotus just talked with me, and he said from the 6th inning, they knew it was meant to be. Let's talk a little bit about what you knew from the get-go. You seem to have everything working from first pitch tonight.
Yeah, you know, I mean, obviously, we can talk about the 6th inning and the 7th inning, those two unbelievable catches. I mean, that right there is, that changes the whole thing. You know, obviously the defense behind me, and then the guys able to, get huge run support, able to go out there and pitch comfortably, and, I can't thank Buster enough. I mean, I didn't even question once what he was calling. He was going to throw whatever he wanted, and I was going to let him go. And it was, Buster did an unbelievable job back there. That was tremendous.
Matt, you are known for always staying so composed, able to control your emotions, and tonight probably one of the most difficult situations to do that, yet you did. How were you able to?
I have no idea. I really don't. I mean, it was in the 7th when Blanco makes that catch in center field. I literally felt everybody on the mound with me. I mean, it was going. The whole stadium was electric right then. I mean, it was wow. It was unbelievable. So I had to try to find myself a way to kind of calm down, and somehow it worked.
The crowd tonight, they were with you every pitch. Did you feel them pulling for you?
Yeah.
Thank you, Pablo.
Yes. I mean, I don't think there's an empty seat right now. I mean, that's unbelievable. No, that's unbelievable.
Lastly, we need to invite your lovely significant other, Chelsea Cain. She was wearing it with you, Matt. I know she wants to give you some love. Congratulations, Matt. Job well done. John and Dwayne, let's go to you.
All right, thanks, Amy. And Chelsea ruined the party. She came in, and once she gave Matt Cain a hug, that was the end of it. And I don't know, John, we come to the park a lot, and you never know what you're going to see, and tonight was really special.
The story with Matt Cain when this year began was, would this be Matt Cain's final year?
Yep.
Would he sign a new contract? Would he be heading off to the Dodgers or the Yankees come next year? He signed a new contract. It was a good contract. but I think it also said that deep down, being a Giant meant something to Matt Cain.
It was really important to him. All right, Amy G's got a guest. Amy?
Yeah, we've got Buster Posey, the battery mate, for a perfect game this evening, the first in Giants history, Buster. And the only difference right now in your role is you're not on the scoreboard. Tell us a little bit about what's going through your mind right now.
Tell you what, that was up there with the most nervous I've ever been on a baseball field. Because I knew after Blanco made that catch, we had a good shot at it. And what a blast.
What was working for Matt? I mean, from the get-go, pitch one, it seemed like, you guys had a rhythm. He told us that he didn't question anything you were calling. That doesn't always happen that often, clearly, for perfect games. But did you know right away he had good stuff tonight?
I mean, he's been good all year. I mean, tonight was he just moved the ball on both sides of the plate so well, threw all 4 pitches when he needed to, and I mean, to go through a lineup 3 times and not give up a hit or a walk, I mean, it's still kind of hard for me to wrap my mind around.
You guys put up double digits on the scoreboard for Matt tonight. How much of a factor did that play in just easing his duties out there?
Well, you know what? I mean, honestly, sometimes it's harder when you have more runs up there because you have to continue to pitch like it's a close game, and he did a great job of that.
How big of a factor is the crowd when this is happening for you guys? And these moments are rare, and they're there with you every step of the way.
Well, I mean, it's huge. I mean, we felt it in 2010 in the playoffs, and this definitely had a playoff feel tonight, and I think it's when we all play the game.
This is a pretty special moment, Buster. Enjoy it. Congratulations, Dwayne, John.
All right, Amy, and thanks, Buster. We were looking at the perfect games. The last National League perfect game, Roy Halladay did it in 2010 in May. So, hey, look, as I said before, you come out to the ballpark, you really do expect to see something that you haven't seen before. But when you see a performance like this, you just kind of shake your head and you marvel at what not just Matt Cain, but the people behind him, the catch by Cabrera and Blanco, and then the crowd. I mean, those are things that you really take out of this.
There were memorable plays behind it, and none better, I don't think, maybe in any perfect game than the one made by Gregor Blanco. But a moment that I will take with me about Matt Cain himself, when Amy G told him that in the 130-year history of the Giants, his was the very first perfect game, and Matt Cain was, wow.
Yeah, wow.
I mean, he just was astonished and also greatly impressed by that, because I think being a Giant means so much to him.
I mean, there's a good angle of how far Arias had to go to his right to make the play and then to make the throw. And we're seeing some pretty good speed coming out of the dugout in celebration. So.
Well, it was a very good play. Easy to overlook that play. You see Matt Cain's reaction to it. But Joaquin Arias, who never played third base until this year. I asked him, I said, in the past, he said, 2 games. And that was it. And he has just been flawless over there most of the time. And that's why he was in there. And he made that play a big one in the big moment of the game.
Hey, it's a perfect game. You got to make all the plays. Otherwise, then you're just shooting for a no-hitter. So this will be a night that this crowd of over 42,000 watch tonight. And hey, the Giants win a game. But I mentioned something to you, John. I don't know, it was around the 8th inning, that with the score 10-0, Cain could pitch for the no-hitter. He could pitch for the perfect game. He didn't have to worry about what the outcome was going to be.
And still a relative economy of pitches. You know, he didn't have any of those 10, 12 pitch at bats. We're just trying to be so fine, and he stayed in that basic rhythm that we're used to seeing from Matt Cain. And again, I'm dying to ask Chris Snyder how well he thought he hit the ball, because our guys had some great reaction shots of him with sort of a rueful smile on his face, as if to say, this place, that's a home run, except here.
Yep.
So, and certainly, I think everybody did think that he had hit one off the bat. And then Melky Cabrera. And Melky, he made it look pretty easy, but he had a little jump at the end. He had to move along the wall with his back almost up against the wall as he got out there, and then made the catch. And that is when that play really kind of set the crowd off and it never calmed down the rest of the night.
It was unbelievable. All right. Final score, the Giants 10, the Astros nothing. Heath Sheeran's Giants post-game live interviews and the wrap is coming up. But first, let's go to the Sportsnet Central studio for an update. Thanks for watching San Francisco Giants baseball on Comcast Sportsnet, and it's all part of the NBC Sports Group.